Taking the world by storm, Jordan Peterson quickly spread his wisdom all over the world and helped millions of people. Today, we're revealing the books that had the greatest impact on him. Jordan Peterson has read a lot of books even before he became an adult, if you know anything about him. Since this isn't a Jordan video, that's pretty incredible, considering that most teenagers don't even pick up a book anymore. Let's jump right into Jordan Peterson's 15 books everyone should read. Number 1, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. This is a despondent journey unlike any other if you haven't heard of it. As a Viennese psychiatrist during World War II, Viktor Frankl was imprisoned in Nazi concentration camps, where he was subjected to a number of horrific and malevolent things. He had one of the most profound revelations of his life. According to him, a human being can survive anything, except their attitude when faced with any given set of circumstances, because those who comforted others and offered their last piece of bread survived the longest. The author of this remarkable memoir teaches the world that we are driven not by pleasure, but by what we find meaningful. In the meantime, please take the time to read this book for yourself. It will enrich your life and make you a better person. Number 2, How to Spend $50 Billion to Make the World a Better Place by Bjorn Lomborg. His mission is to build a better world and make it safer. So he came up with a fun and entertaining way to teach us how to make a difference by spending your money on insights from leading figures. In this book, expert Lomborg provides a comprehensive view of access to education, financial instability, migration, climate change, and 6 other major global challenges. Number 3, Modern Man in Search of a Soul by Carl Jung. Among the most debated topics in psychology, including dream analysis, the primitive unconscious, and the relationship between psychology and religion, this book perfectly integrates theories and concepts. It is a must-read book for anyone seeking meaning and direction in life. Jung is one of the most influential thinkers of the last century. His book helps people clarify a few feelings of confusion that many are experiencing today. Number 4, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. In a dystopian future, Alexis, you're in for an incredible novel. Huxley created a hideous society in which humanity and irrational feelings were expelled from people's hearts in order to improve their quality of life. Throughout history, vile systems controlled by a few people have caused great suffering and injustice to society, and Brave New World is a perfect example of a dystopia. Using Orwell's 1984 as an example of such a system. Number 5, The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoyevsky. It's not unusual for Peterson to make references to Dostoyevsky's Idiot every now and then, and for good reason. In essence, the book is more of a psychological exercise than a novel, showing how normal people can only express themselves within their limited frame because of their personalities and social statuses. Beyond this, anything is taboo and punished accordingly. Lastly, there is the idiot, who is probably the happiest character in the story because he has the freedom and is free to express himself without being restricted by society. Dostoyevsky wrote such a great novel that Jordan Peterson put it at the top of his recommended reading list after reading thousands of other books. Number 6, Beyond Good and Evil by Friedrich Nietzsche. There is a valiant effort in this book to summarize Nietzsche's entire philosophy so that the reader will have a comprehensive understanding. By rejecting Western thinking with its notions of what is true, what is God, and what is good and evil, Beyond Good and Evil are designed to give the reader a comprehensive understanding. According to him, Christian beliefs are deeply entwined with false piety and slave morals. In Nietzsche's view, humanity's potential should exceed the limits of social systems, which he hoped would eventually transcend them. Number 7, The Road to Wigan Pier by George Orwell. Whenever you read an Orwellian piece, you know it's going to be good, a thorough and articulate critique of society. Despite being a clever and bitter debate, The Road to Wigan Pier is still very relevant today. In this book, Orwell introduces ideas he would later use in his novels and works, and it remains a powerful portrayal of injustice. Social injustices, hunger, and growing unemployment are vivid and honest descriptions of 1930s Britain. Poverty and class divisions in Britain. Number 8, A History of Religious Ideas by Mircea Eliade. It was the author's choice to divide his work into 3 fairly comprehensive volumes rather than publish it as a standalone book. The book contains the most comprehensive coverage of religions, covering prehistoric religions, ancient Egypt and Greece, African religions, and even modern Christianity, Islam, Sikhism, Buddhism, and others. Furthermore, Eliade discusses why there are so many religions everywhere, and why we feel like we need one or more gods to cope with our daily lives. In addition to addressing every angle, Eliade also mentions why people need one or more gods for their daily lives. Number 9, A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway. A Farewell to Arms is one of the best World War I books ever written by Hemingway. It's a romance with a touch of tragedy, and it's exactly what you would expect from him. The dreary landscape of World War I plunges the two lovers into immense drama in this unforgettable, passionate story between an Italian paramedic and an English nurse. This book's ending has been rewritten 39 times before it became perfect. If you find that interesting, here's something even more stunning. Number 10. The World's Religions by Huston Smith. Each of the major religions of the world is explored in detail in this little masterpiece, including key elements and teachings from each one. Throughout the book, Smith emphasizes Buddhism, Sufism, and the teachings of Jesus as well as their unique gifts and the way they complement our human imaginations and hearts. Number 11. Affective Neuroscience by Jaak Panksepp. The emotional response of humans and animals has long been classified as a topic that is beyond scientific explanation because it cannot be explained. As a result, more and more scientists are discovering the realness and impact of these phenomena. In Panksepp, the basic neural sources of human and animal feelings are explained in a comprehensive, easy-to-understand manner. Furthermore, the connection between emotions and consciousness, as well as its implications for psychiatry. Number 12. The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. In a way, the title of this book gives you a strong impression of drama and power. In this captivating novel set in the 1930s, a family confronts the harsh realities of an American society divided into the haves and have-nots in the wake of an American society divided into the haves and have-nots. It illustrates the incredible endurance and dignity possessed by the human spirit by showing the plentitude of false hopes, thwarted desires, and everyday injustices in this novel. Number 13. Notes from the Underground by Fyodor Dostoyevsky. Although the author wrote Notes from the Underground during a time when Russia was experiencing a good and contented society, his most revolutionary work is on this list. To predict the coming changes of the times, he used Notes from the Underground. In Dostoyevsky's novel, the main theme is man's strong sense of self, which he believes is both his greatest strength and his greatest weakness at the same time. Number 14. The Red and the Black by Stendhal. A young idealist who strives to rise above his humble origins is the main theme of this novel. However, he soon realizes society is complex and that if he does not adopt a little hypocrisy, he will not succeed. After Napoleon's devastating defeat at Waterloo, French society has become riddled with corruption and greed. This Machiavellian society will reveal what happens to the protagonist. Number 15. The Gulag Archipelago by Aleksandr Solzhenitsyn. I'm not sure who would have guessed, but Peterson seems to be a big fan of Russian authors. Apart from that, this novel describes a Stalinist dystopia in the heart of the Soviet Union where, if one wishes to survive, it is more important to embrace despair than hope in order to survive. There is a convoluted, extensive web of people involved in the Gulag Archipelago, such as secret police, spies, informants, camps, prisons, interrogators, and of bravery. There is no doubt that you will be taken to the brink of emotional distress in this novel with the protagonist of the novel.